Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is Nort, and today, guys, I have so much information to tell you guys about. We know exactly who is the person behind the Infinite 8 mystery in this game. One of the most mysterious people in the entire franchise. Nobody knows his identity, but today, in fact, over the past couple of days, actually, I have been researching this. I have been looking into this. I have been putting my findings into this, and we've discovered some brand new Easter eggs, including the actual identity of this person. So if you guys could be kind enough to drop a like on this video, that would be amazing. And I recommend you watch the entire video because I have so much information to show you guys, and it just all makes sense once you do end up listening to all of this at once. So the first clue is the riddle, of course, located on the rocks over here, guys. And if we actually go over to the riddle, you will see all of these Infinite 8 symbols, all of those things, but you will also come across this riddle. I'm fairly certain if you guys have played GTA 5 for more than a month, you will have come across this. And if you read the riddle, it will say 1 is done, 2 is fun, 3 tried to run, 4 called mum, 5's not alive, 6 is Nix, 7's in heaven, and 8 won't wait, alongside all of these Infinite 8 symbols around this. Now, this riddle gives us the impression that the person behind this took out 8 different people. You know, why wouldn't you think that? And yes, that is correct. If you actually go back over to his house, which is over in Sandy Shores, you will see a diagram or like a little drawing of a piece of a map which showcases where he actually stored the people he ended up taking out, which is at the top of Palito Bay. And that's where he stored everyone. That's where everyone is kept. You guys may have seen this if you have explored this mystery. If you haven't, then I'm showing a clip right now anyway, showcasing exactly what this looks like. And you can find all 8 people around the area at Palito Bay, just at the bottom of the ocean. Now, if we go back over to the house, you will of course see some more clues about this. There will be 8. If we continue through, 8 is just infinity stood up, and you can actually see belongings to those people which he's kept. There's a pair of shoes, there's some jars over there, just some belongings from the people he ended up keeping. So this overall gives the impression that he ended up taking out 8 people. That's the mystery. They're done, said, end of. We still don't know who this person is, but that's the mystery. And that's what everyone has assumed up until now. Because I'm going to change your mind, and I know this is actually some pretty concrete evidence. And there's a brand new Easter egg in this as well. And every single one of us has seen this. I'm fairly certain a few of you who are just looking around the video right now, thinking about what I'm going to talk about next. I'm fairly certain a few of you guys are starting to pick up on this. But there is something else, a very significant clue, which everyone has overlooked. Even on the GTA 5 Myth Wiki, they've overlooked this as well. They've actually put down 15 when the real number is 20. If we continue looking around this house, you will come across 20 tally marks. 5, 10, 15, 20. And there's no more tally marks around here. Let's take a look. Can we see any more? Let's take a look around the back. Are there any more around the back? No, there's none around the back. Just some more Infinite 8 symbols. And of course, it will say, go away, Merle Abrahams. You're a wrong one, or you're a wrong un. So we already know that the person behind this is Merle Abrahams anyway. You can see him in the newspapers. That's kind of like the name of the person behind this. Oh no, hang on. There's another tally mark. 5 more. So we have 25. 25 tally marks, guys. Now, this can only mean one thing. I don't think there's any more tally marks. No, I don't see any more. Okay, so for now, I see 25. But this can only mean one thing. It's not like we're counting hours in the day or days he's done this or something, 25 days. You know, none of that is being said in this game. It wouldn't even make sense, in my opinion. The main thing that this could actually signify is the amount of people he's taken out. So 8 is just a part of that. It is just a part of what this guy has done. There's actually way more people this guy has taken out, and we know this for definite. 100%, because what I have done is I have explored previous games in the franchise, GTA San Andreas especially, because that is set in the same location, and you can actually find very similar things without any explanation, anyone behind this or anything else like that. Very similar and odd things around the game. Now, this is the main thing I'm talking about. If you actually explore the desert in GTA San Andreas, you will come across a massive ditch which contains 6 different bags, of course, with people people inside them. Now, there's no reason, there's no explanation, no one knows why this is a thing in GTA San Andreas, but the very, very coincidental thing about this is that these bags look exactly the same, of course, just a lower quality version, but they look exactly the same as the bags we're able to see in GTA 5. You guys can compare right now. I'll do side by side so you guys can check that out, but they both look exactly the same. Am I correct? Let me know in the comments, guys. I think I'm correct, though. I've done my detailing, I've analyzed all of these, and they look exactly the same. Now, the interesting thing about this is in GTA San Andreas, there's no real explanation on why this is in the game. There's no one directly connected to it. There's no writing or drawings or riddles or anything else like that. There's only a few myths and Easter eggs in the game, which players in the community have looked up and explored and discovered to do with this. The only thing we know about this in GTA San Andreas is what the community have found. And there's one very, very strong myth from GTA San Andreas. If you guys have played that game, look at Michael's eyes, by the way. They were so wide before. He looked scared himself. All right, Michael, I promise we're going to be done very shortly. If we actually go into GTA San Andreas, there's only one thing which players looked at, and this was a huge thing in the community as well. If you guys have played the game, you might actually recognize this, and this might be a blast from the past. But if you played the game, you might understand that there is someone in GTA San Andreas called Mr. Trenchcoat. I kid you not. That's his name or his nickname. No one knows his exact name. GTA San Andreas don't tell you. They simply dubbed him Mr. Trenchcoat. And if you ever got near this guy, he would act a little bit differently and go after you, take you out, or take out people around him. And he seemed to talk about some really odd things, like aliens were taking him or something, or, you know, he just wasn't normal, essentially. He was a player of interest who players would go up to expecting to be taken out by him. And it was a really scary Easter egg in this game. Now, the interesting thing is Mr. Trenchcoat, he actually owned a vehicle very similar to one which showed up around the ditch, which contained the 6 people. And another very scary thing about this is Mr. Trenchcoat, the house he lived in was located in the desert. Of course, it may not have been the exact same location as the house we see over here, but it was still in the desert nonetheless. Now, this person, even more interesting, if you explored his house, you would actually come across different parts of people scattered across his yard, his garden, and players have actually encountered this, taken videos, taken photos, and posted them on the GTA San Andreas Myth Wiki. And now, this is a very divided opinion in the community. Some people have said they've approached Mr. Trenchcoat and he hasn't done anything to them. Most people have said that they've approached him and he's gone after them and stuff. But the main basis is that enough people have actually spoken out about this, which makes this player a player of interest. Now, this is the real deal. This guy is a real NPC in this game. He's not modded. He's not added to the game at all. He's a real NPC in GTA San Andreas. Mr. Trenchcoat is real, and you can follow Mr. Trenchcoat to the house he lives in. You can follow him around the desert as well. You can follow this guy, and you can discover so many different things about this guy. One thing players know for sure is that he can act differently if you get a little bit too close, so you don't want to get too close to this guy. Now, furthermore, guys, I have more information about this. Oh my days. Mr. Trenchcoat was never taken out in GTA San Andreas. He never got any attention for the things he did when he took out those 6 people. He just carried on living his life, taking out more and more people if they got too close to him or thought anything different about him. If anyone got too close, he would just take them out. So this person went through the entire game and he was still currently alive by the end of GTA San Andreas. Now, come the events of GTA 5, you can see that Mr. Trenchcoat carried on taking out people and he went into the Infinite 8 mystery in GTA 5. And this would, of course, be the final events of Mr. Trenchcoat, the Infinite 8, before he was inevitably captured and sent to prison, which we know, of course, because if you actually go over to the prison, you may come across this, which will say, where water meets land and fire once spewed forth, there the Infinite 8 shall stay until I return, with the Infinite 8 symbols, and again, another diagram of where you can find everyone taken out in the Infinite 8 mystery. So what do you guys think? What do you guys think about this? Do you think Mr. Trenchcoat is actually Merle Abrahams? We don't know for a fact the person behind the Infinite 8 mystery was Merle Abrahams, but his name is mentioned all over this mystery. You know, he must have some relevance to this, regardless of whether he is or is not the person behind the Infinite 8 mystery. But what we know so far, guys, is the person behind all of this is Mr. Trenchcoat, and I am fairly certain behind this. This is a photo of Mr. Trenchcoat, the man behind the Infinite 8 mystery in GTA 5, the man behind the 6 people he took out in GTA San Andreas, the man behind all of these mysteries around the game, and the man who we've all been looking for in the Infinite 8 Mystery Guide. This is the person behind this. I am fairly certain for this. I've done a lot of mysteries and Easter eggs in this game. This one, I'm fairly certain about. You can find him in so many locations around the map. Oh my days. Dude, even if you look up his profile, he's in so many locations. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. He's found in 13 different locations around the map in GTA San Andreas. This is crazy. You know, if we actually go onto GTA 5 and look up Merle Abrahams, the person who everyone thinks is behind the Infinite 8 Mystery, very little is known about Merle Abrahams' life. He was born in 1947, although his location of birth has not been determined, so no one knows exactly where he was born. They just know he was born in 1947. Now, come the events of GTA San Andreas, that makes him about 45 years old. If we look at the description of Mr. Trenchcoat, would you say this guy looks about 45 years old? Would you guys say that? I mean, he looks kind of like 45 years old. Now, if we continue reading this, it will then say that he resided in a home in Sandy Shores for much of his life, until he began developing a severely psychotic state of mind and an apparent obsession with the number 8 and infinity. He claimed that 8 is just infinity turned sideways, hence the nickname the Infinity Person. In 1999, Abrahams reached the peak of his psychosis when he took out 8 different people and hid them around the state, mostly in Palito Bay. In fact, I think all of them were at the top of Palito Bay. Now, let me just pause right there, guys, before we go any further. Let's read the profile of Mr. Trenchcoat, because he actually mentions a few things in GTA San Andreas. In GTA San Andreas, he will often say, in conversations with other pedestrians, if you overhear them or if you listen in, he will say that he has revealed that he believes he has some kind of implant in his head, announcing, "Not since I've had this thing in my head." On another occasion, he reports that he has seen the shape of a dog once, possibly referring to a different myth, Chupacabra. Dude, I can't even say that name. I've seen it so many times. Now, sometimes he asks other pedestrians if they have seen the light above the desert. And of course, that is most likely referring to the alien operations which happen in the base in Fort Sancuto. And now, this person is already on the brink of going crazy in GTA San Andreas, set in 1992. In 1999, it is proven he's on the edge of his psychosis. He has gone crazy, essentially. So, can you guys see a link between both characters? I really can. In 1992, he was going crazy over aliens. In 1999, he was actually proven crazy. Like, 100%. It's on the GTA 5 wiki. It's in his character biography. So, I want you guys to let me know in the comments below, guys. Do you think Mr. Trenchcoat is the Infinite 8 person? Do you think he's the person behind all of this in GTA 5? Personally, out of all of the mysteries, out of all of the myths and everything I have done with the GTA 5 Infinite 8 mystery, this one is the one I believe the most. We're going to actually search for Mr. Trenchcoat in GTA 5. I don't know if this guy is even in the game, but there's a chance he might be, guys. So what I'm going to do is search through every single pedestrian in this game to work out if Mr. Trenchcoat is actually in GTA 5. So this is how I will do it, guys. I'll go into pedestrians. We have all of these pedestrians here, and I'm going to search through every single one of them which may fit the profile of this guy to work out if Rockstar Games have actually included him in GTA 5. I don't think they would have, considering he was taken out prior to the actual game being released. Maybe actually in Prologue, in Prologue he would have actually been around, so he might be in this game. We'll have to wait and see though, guys, so just bear with me, and let's see if we're able to find out if he's actually in the game or not. If he is, that's gonna be awesome. I've searched every single person in this game, and I don't see him at all, unfortunately, which is kind of expected, actually, because if you do think about it, this guy was never actually in the game. He was in Prologue, but I really doubt he's in Prologue, guys. I mean, in North Yankton at that time. If he's in the game, he's gonna be in North Yankton somewhere, maybe, possibly, unlikely. I will let you guys know if that is the case, though, so yeah, I'll look into that just in case. But for now, guys, I couldn't find his pedestrian, so unfortunately, I'm going to end the video here. But if you did enjoy the video, be sure to drop a like on it. We're also getting very close to 3 million subscribers. If you guys have not yet subscribed, please make sure you do so. That would be amazing. And again, guys, do you agree with this? Let me know in the comments below, and if you don't, let me know why in the comments below as well, guys. I personally really believe in this. I'm really behind this as well. If I do find anything else more significant to do with this, I will let you guys know straight away. But unfortunately, guys, that's everything I've got for you today. My name is Nort, and stay absolutely awesome. I'll see you guys next time.